Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name is VonClayton Gaming, and I am the world's greatest monster hunter. Just kidding, if you watch my series, you would know that I am not. I am extraordinarily excited for the up-and-coming Monster Hunter Wilds. A few people have asked, am I going to be playing Monster Hunter Wilds? The answer is, of course. I still have not killed Fatalis, and I haven't fully completed Rise either. I would like to make some Let's Plays and get through that before Wilds comes out. There's a very small chance of that happening, but today we are going to watch some Monster Hunter Wilds trailers, and basically we're just going to look at all the available information on the game so far, and just get excited for the game and talk about it a little bit. I'm going to talk about some things that I hope make a comeback, some things that maybe they could improve, which would be really nice. So Monster Hunter Wilds is the next Monster Hunter game. It is coming out from Capcom. It is expected to release February 27th, 2025, which is about 3 months away from this point. It does look like it is going to be a little more of a Monster Hunter World style game. It costs $70 and it looks like it's going to be a banger. Alright, so the first trailer's been out for a minute. Right away we see a mount. It appears a hunter riding on a mount, which is really exciting. They did do a little bit of this with some palamutes. Additionally, we have like a bunch of monsters getting involved here, so people have kind of wondering, are we going to fight herds of monsters and multiple monsters? It looks like maybe some turf wars will be back. Looks like there's going to be some pretty insane movement stuff involving the mounts. The mounts are really exciting. Palamutes in Monster Hunter Rise I thought were pretty awesome. It gives you another thing to customize. It's fun. Mounts in a lot of RPGs are just a really desirable thing. It gives you another thing to customize and maybe even work towards sometimes. And of course it helps you get around much more conveniently. The worlds that have been shown definitely look very open. They look very almost safari-like, sort of a big plains biome and various other places. And I am assuming we're going to get some new maps, some new monsters, and probably some old monsters as well. I have not seen this. Oh, damn. We have more handlers. A little too good looking for me. Certainly looks very good. What are these things? Oh my god! What a weird toad guy. Can't wait to kill that.
I've never heard of a
Ceratanoth.
One of them's got big spikes on its back.
There seems to be quite a lot of those particular monsters. That was like an alligator. Showing the beautiful nature. What are those things? They're like monkey lions. So it does look like maybe this type of monster tends to be in herds, so you might fight multiple of those at a time. We've seen those a couple times. Or maybe it's just one large one. It seems like they keep showing this mission. I'm wondering if that's maybe one of the first missions that you go through. The sandstorm's another interesting mechanic. I think a lot of people are wondering, are there going to be environmental factors? And, okay, so it looks like he's fighting it. Is that a great sword? Throwing another monster at him. That's not super new. Ew! I like this frog guy. They're going to continue with the monsters licking you. Absolutely disgusting behavior. Capcom, some freaks for real. Oh, it looks like the small monsters are attacking some of the large monsters. Okay, and it does look like one of the monsters, I mean, that looks like a herd of monsters, so that's kind of interesting. So, maybe one of the monsters you will fight multiple at a time. Definitely seems like that's what's happening here. Which honestly seems a little tough. And they look really big, too. Some of those great sword... Whoa. Bro. Was that the Admiral? Does he look that different? Okay. Looks like an SOS flare. Again, we have the Palamutes. Okay, we have 3 other adventurers joining us to help us with the big, weird lion monkey. It looks good though. It looks really promising. It seems to me, from what I can tell, that Monster Hunter, they like to stick with the weapons, they like to stick with certain themes, and they like to stick with some of the same monsters, but in a lot of games they introduce fresher mechanics, as well as some new monsters, of course. So it looks like on the Monster Hunter YouTube, they have all of the trailers, and they're actually numbered, so this is the second trailer.
Over there!
Did the Palico just talk? Do they always do that? Wow, that looks pretty sweet.
Why are you here?
You can't do this alone!
Bam! Okay. So that looked like a slinger to me, so that might be confirmation of a slinger.
Follow me.
I do really like the mounts. I'm gonna enjoy riding on a little bird. I hope you get some good variety with the mounts, but we'll see. I mean, some of this stuff seems really insane. Seems like a lot of these encounters are gonna involve a little more than just fighting stuff, which is kind of nice. Seems like they're gonna introduce some interesting stuff here. I can't describe exactly what it is. That's a cool monster. Kind of like a Giratodos almost. Okay, pretty interesting. I like his design. I don't like that he goes under sand all the time. Oh. That seems insane. Doshagama.
The hunter is here. Just watch. You will see what hunting is all about.
Oh. Damn. And the story seems really awesome. It actually kind of reminds me of the Monster Hunter movie. The Monster Hunter movie came out, I think, a couple years ago now. This is like a flying Zenogre, it looks like, basically. I don't know if this is going to be an Elder Dragon, but it seems like a very intense electrical dragon. Looks like there's going to be a lot of sandstorms. Ah. So that was another feature that I noticed. It seems like there's going to be what's called a pop-up camp, where you can, well, like, throw up a little tent just in the middle of nowhere. And I'm assuming, like, change weapons, change equipment, refill items, what you would normally do in a camp, I'm assuming. A lot of these new monsters, I really like the design. They look really cool. They look fun. They look fresh. The graphics and the design of everything looks really nice, especially the people and like the characters. A lot of detail, a lot of cool stuff. It definitely seems like there's going to be some solid story here. I don't know exactly what's going on. Looks like we're nomadic.
What's your team been getting up to?
The guild gave special assignments to some of the other units from the expedition, mine included.
This forest is amazing.
My fur isn't built for this kind of weather.
It's not always a good idea to pre-order games. Uh-oh. Are those Yangarugas? It's not always a good idea to pre-order games, especially now, since games have not been delivering, but honestly, this game looks pretty promising. I have a lot of faith in this series, and I might end up pre-ordering it just to make sure I can play it as early as possible and get a couple of little cosmetic things, I guess. But I am considering giving this game a lot of my money. The most recent trailer came out, and it looks like it's going to have like one of the main bosses in the new area. I'm definitely oh, are these like Simones? I am very excited to see kind of what the storyline is here. I'm not a big story guy, but these trailers have me curious. I want to know who the kid is, what's gonna happen. All of this stuff definitely reminds me of the Monster Hunter movie. I'm gonna talk about the movie in another video because I actually thought it was like kind of decent. I am kind of curious like what the basic story is here. I mean, are they just a nomadic tribe looking for new places? I really don't know that much about Monster Hunter lore in the first place, so it doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm gonna understand much. There's actually a lot more stuff kind of packed in these trailers than I thought. They're foreshadowing kind of a lot, showing a lot of different stuff. This seems like a really cool city. I mean, the character designs and all the people and the details, all that stuff. It's really well done. It's really cool. I mean, this seems very unique and kind of different from a lot of what I've seen from the series, but at the same time, it still keeps its heritage. What the hell was that? You can grab stuff with your grapple now? Ah, yes. So I think one of the zones is going to be called Oil Well Basin. Interesting. Sounds dirty. Ew, he's a weird... he's a bubbly purple mosquito guy. I've already seen a lot of videos and pictures of this dude. I think it's called Rompopolo. Ew, he got squeezed. Damn. Oh, hell no. He kind of reminds me of... I mean, he's very Rajang-ish, but he looks like... He kind of looks like an Indian version of Rajang. Wow. This city looks very, very cool. Damn. Oh, so that looked like an environmental thing that they're using maybe in the map. I always love those things. It's always fun to spice the fight up. Anything that you can use to damage your enemy without like using your actual weapon is just kind of fun. It's a nice bonus. You feel crafty. You feel resourceful.
No, we never wanted this to happen.
You never wanted it to explode? Uh-oh. Ew. Oh, and the music is some heat. What the hell's going on? Oh, God. A giant fiery oil Cthulhu beast. This thing looks awful to fight. I think we can say that now. The Black Flame. Get absolutely cooked. This game's gonna be so good. They are going to do an open beta on Steam the 31st to November 3rd. I will do my best to be there and get the game. I don't know if you have to pre-order to get the open beta or get access to it. I am thinking, based on the way this game looks and how excited I am, I probably will pre-order this and try the beta. I definitely want to get a video out playing the beta and show you guys what this game's gonna look like if I can. So, it looks like someone on Reddit was kind enough to summarize all of the changes, so I'm gonna briefly go through some of these. Seamless transitions. Areas transition seamlessly in large, very vertical open world, though each locale is progressively unlocked through the story. So again, they're trying to make the open world very seamless. Crossplay is going to be insane, so it sounds like pretty much all platforms should be able to play with each other, which could be incredible because, well, basically we will pool the entire Monster Hunter community together. There's not really a good reason to keep them separate. Map size comparable to combining two Wild Spire Waste maps. A massive increase in scale and density compared to previous installments. So that's really exciting. So it sounds like maps are going to be bigger, and denser is a word I like to hear. New environments, weather impact, frequent weather changes, which is going to be really annoying but also really cool. Fast travel, available for long distances. Kind of already had that. Conditions and events. 2 major conditions and 1 major anomaly event showcased in the Windward Plains, featuring herds, endemic life, natural formations, and a persistent state. In general, the open world and exploration is going to be a lot more seamless and a lot more dense and sort of lively, which is really exciting, honestly. Players can mark monsters on the map to create quests on the fly, enhancing seamless and immersive experience. Verticality. The new map in Monster Hunter Wilds is much more detailed, especially in terms of verticality. Unlike some dense maps from World that could be confusing, the new interface elements indicate the direction and distance to your target, making it easier to track monsters. That can be a good thing. There's definitely some times in World where honestly, like, the tracking system kind of is a little confusing, and it can be it can be pretty frustrating finding monsters sometimes. Playing through the story in multiplayer is more convenient in Wilds compared to World. That's really interesting, especially playing through the story. Larger battles against monumental monsters could potentially support more players, possibly up to 12 for massive creatures like Zora Magnaros. That's really interesting, so we might have an opportunity for more people to play. Traditionally, it is 4 people per group, but that could be really interesting. Alpha monsters, the strongest monster in a herd. Distinguishable by hair, face color, players use lure pods and environments to isolate them. That's a really cool idea. Strongest monster. Apex predators. Each environment has its own dominant monster. The weather events change which monsters appear. An example is the Apex of the Storm environment, which thrives in storming conditions with lightning abilities named Thor Magala. Turf wars and dynamics feel more dynamic and less scripted. Specific example, during the hunt for the new monster Doshaguma, the sand leviathan Baha'u'llah appears, leading to the classic turf war. Environmental effects like a massive dust and sand wall change the appearance and behavior of the monsters. Enhanced ecosystem. Abundance of larger monsters. Overall, a much higher abundance of large monsters compared to previous titles. That seems kind of insane, considering how long it takes to kill one monster. Having like a ton, it's hard to say that's super necessary, but it's also crazy. I wonder how wild this is really gonna get it wild. Villages and settlements, this is really pretty interesting. World felt a lot more abandoned because there was no structures. In Rise, you saw a lot of like human structures all over the maps and whatnot. I believe it is because they were stuck on the new world that had been completely unsettled. So we will see like a lot more human settlements and that kind of thing, which it really felt like that added a lot of life. Combat mechanics, no animation lock. Actions like removing mantles are seamless and allow for smoother gameplay action. That's good. So that might confirm that there will be mantles. It sounds like we're gonna have a grapple as well, or the slinger, I should say. Customizable minimap. Quality of life improvements, strategic gameplay, use traps, tools like claw hook and slinger to manipulate monster behavior. Weapon flexibility, players can carry 2 weapons and switch between them to adapt to dynamic environments. Wow. I am already sold. I'm going to do a bow and longsword. That's insane. If we can carry 2 weapons and switch between them, that's really cool. The Monster Hunter movie might have foreshadowed that a little bit. In the Monster Hunter movie, the main character learns several weapons and uses them for different encounters. So that may be really, really awesome. And it'll be super helpful because some monsters are easier with certain types of weapons than others. Longsword mechanics, new mechanics with a samurai-like feel, focusing on attacking weak spots. Sword might get slightly reworked, I'm a little nervous. Reworked weapons, distinct weapon identities with dynamic weak spots, as well as reworked skill system. No new weapon types. Wilds is designed to have 14 unique weapon types as the previous games. There will not be a new weapon type, however we can expect fresh gameplay given having new moves. That's great. They're sticking with their guns and their classic weapon layout. I like that. SOS signals bring in NPC hunters for assistance. That's very, very interesting. Mounting, the ability to mount monsters, as in Monster Hunter World, returns with more attack options and no transition cuts. Mount finishers create weak spots on monsters. I love it. I have a really bad habit of mounting a lot of my monsters, so I really like that. Companion and mounts. Palico Companion, awesome. Riding Secret. Use movement with abilities like running, jumping, gliding. Players can sharpen weapons, use items, and collect while riding. Weapons are used for luring rather than damage, and riding can be manual or automatic. Players can swap to a secondary weapon while mounting. Mount customization, let's go! It's been confirmed that players will be able to customize and upgrade their mounts, potentially including unique skins and other upgrades. Let's go! I love Palamutes. This is sounding very similar, completely different kind of animal, of course. Sounds like it's going to be pretty similar to how it is in Rise. All of that being said, it honestly all sounds really good. It does kind of sound like Monster Hunter World, but better. Hopefully it's better, of course, but it sounds like they're going to keep a lot of the core mechanics and a lot of stuff very similar. They are just trying to make it a lot more immersive, and I am so excited. This game sounds really, really good. I'm really hoping that playing with other players, as well as, I mean, really just doing everything, does become a little more seamless. but grouping up with other people was very clunky in World, in my opinion. And it would be nice to see more of that. It does seem like, at least in my opinion, that Monster Hunter is getting a lot of attention, and I think a lot of people could potentially play this game, and it would be really awesome to get a communal feeling going of a lot of people playing with other people, making new friends, and enjoying an open world RPG together. Could be really awesome. It sounds like we're going to get some new environments. In general, the whole thing is going to be a lot more immersive. Other than that, they're just keeping a lot of the core elements of Monster Hunter World and just building on that. Sounds like they're even kind of combining some things from Rise and World to go and make an even better game. I'm definitely going to be playing Wilds. I really love this franchise, and it seems like it's getting even better and better. The game is $70. Okay, fine. Looks like it's going to be an industry standard. I think it'll be worth that all day. I really hope a lot of people play it, and I get to have the experience of like playing a Monster Hunter game from day one, especially multiplayer, especially making videos about it, talking about all this stuff. I really hope to help some people out. Now, keep in mind, I am a Monster Hunter noob. I am very new to the franchise, but I love it. So thank you for Monster Hunter World and their YouTube channel, as well as Gender Juicy in the Monster Hunter subreddit for letting me use this little Reddit post. I'm super excited for Monster Hunter Wilds. Yes, I will be playing. Honestly, we're just gonna have to wait and see how the game is before we really know a lot more about it. But I would much rather just jump in and see what it's all about. I think I can buy this game in good faith, assuming it'll be a decent product, and then enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is VonClayton Gaming, and I am the greatest Monster Hunter of all time. Just kidding, if you watch my videos, you would know I am not. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Monster Hunter content and more gaming content in general. I cannot wait until Wilds comes out. We're gonna have a good old time, and I'll see you there, gamers. Have a good one.